What's good, YouTube? Today we're checking out the tragic story of Andrew Luck. Now, I've been watching football since forever, okay? I'm a young dude. I'm in my 20s, but like I only been watching the Giants for a long time. This year I'm trying to tap into all teams. So I wasn't really tapped into Andrew Luck. I ain't know too much about him. But right here, we're gonna find out what happened. Only thing is that I know is that I guess he retired early. I think he took hella sacks or something. And that's basically all I know. Oh, I think, wasn't him and RG3 like the 1 and 2 pick or some shit? Or am I wrong? Was that Mariota? I don't know. But we're gonna check out and see what's going on, man. I wanna know.
Andrew Luck in his first 3 seasons in this league took an unholy amount of punishment. I've never seen anything quite like the punishment.
No way it
he
was that
took.
bad.
Literally every game there was a hit that he would take that would make you think, oh, this guy's got to be in pain.
And the only way I see out is to no longer play football.
Hold on, bro. Do you know how crazy of a quote that is? The only way I see out is to stop playing? The O-line couldn't have been that bad.
Taking my joy of this game away, and sorry.
Bruce Arians has coached some of the most dominant quarterbacks to ever lace them up, in Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Ben Roethlisberger. And yet, Arians believes none of these guys could even touch Andrew Luck's greatness.
Number one.
Really? Best quarterback you ever coached?
I only had him as a rookie, but he was unbelievable.
But opinions like these will forever keep Colt fans up at night, because Luck never had the chance to reach his full potential.
Huh?
This is the tragic story of Andrew Luck's career. As the son of former NFL
Hold on, bro,
quarterback
kinda
Oliver
locked
Luck,
in.
Andrew dealt with sky-high expectations before he was even old enough to start preschool. He spent his early years overseas, as his father was the general manager of 2 NFL Europe teams before becoming the league president. And that's where Jack Elway, who was John Elway's father and Stanford football's old head coach, made a bold declaration. He watched as a 3-year-old Andrew played with a football before declaring he might be a player. Joking or not, it was Luck's first football evaluation and a sign of big things to come. But the Lucks didn't return to the U.S. until Oliver took a job in Houston, and Andrew was now 10 or 11 years old. And thanks to Andrew's good genes and having grown up around the sport, it didn't take long for Jack Elway to look like a prophet.
Lake Travis
By the time
in Texas?
Having grown up around the sport, it didn't take long for Jack Elway to look like a prophet. By the time Luck was a sophomore in high school, he had become the starting quarterback. That year on the gridiron, Luck showed off his unique combination of strength and athleticism by throwing for over 1,500 yards and rushing for 700 more. As he continued to grow into his body, Luck also evolved as a leader. Breaking high school football norms, he was named team captain as just a junior, a testament to him being mature beyond his years. And with the added pressure from being the face of the team, Luck rose to the occasion by throwing for just under 3,000 yards and 27 touchdowns, while adding 714 yards on the ground. That season was
So
his
Luck can run?
national coming out party, as he was named to the Rivals.com All-American team for juniors. Top recruiting services, Rival, ESPN, and Scout all had him ranked as a top 7 quarterback in the nation. Luck was as well-rounded of a recruit as they come. His high school coach said, Andrew is the ultimate team player. He has lots of talent, but shies away from taking the credit. He's a very humble person who always puts team before anything else.
That's the type of quarterback you
Not
want on
only
your
did Luck
team.
shine on the field, but he also excelled off of it. Luck had a perfect GPA and finished off as the co-valedictorian of his graduating class. Colleges across
What the fuck? Oh no, this might be the most impressive thing I've heard.
the country were desperate to get his attention, but Luck wasn't focused on the same thing as most top recruits. It wasn't about who was the biggest powerhouse program or who had the best chance of getting him to the NFL. Instead, he prioritized choosing a school that had strong academics. So with that in mind, Luck narrowed down his list to schools like Stanford, Northwestern, Purdue, Rice, and Virginia. And the summer going into his senior year, he committed to Stanford. As then Stanford head coach Jim Harbaugh put it, Andrew embodies the balance and excellence of the Stanford scholar athlete. But being a quarterback headed to a Power 5 school, Luck now had all eyes on him, as opposing teams were determined to knock him down a notch. Nonetheless, he capped off his high school career by throwing for over 2,500 yards and rushing for 671. In 3 seasons, Luck finished with 7,139 passing yards, 53 passing touchdowns, and 2,085 rushing yards. When he arrived in Palo Alto, he was full of confidence and ready to turn around a struggling Stanford program. Except his new coaches weren't sold on him just yet. In his freshman year, Luck was forced to watch from the sidelines as he was redshirted. And for someone who has always been hailed as the golden child, it was the first time Luck's life wasn't picture perfect. This motivated him to go that much harder in practice and during the
Hey y'all, I know you might be here. You want to know what happens in his NFL career? We getting there, bruh. I'm low-key interested in what's going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to just listen and see what's happening, bro.
Offseason.
This shit
When
kinda
Luck returned to
interesting.
campus for his redshirt freshman year, the coaches had no choice but to do something they hadn't done in nearly 15 years. As just a freshman, they named him the starter. He took over a team that was coming off 7 consecutive losing seasons, and during that stretch had a 25-55 record. So he shocked everyone by going out and leading Stanford to an 8-5 record, as he racked up 2,929 yards of total offense, the 5th most in program history.
Wow.
The next season, he and his team built off this momentum, finishing at number 4 in the nation with a 12-1 record and an Orange Bowl victory.
Whoa!
Luck broke John Elway's old school record for most touchdown passes in a season with 32, and set another for most yards of total offense with 3,791. In the process, he was named Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year and finished as the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. He
Oh, shit.
had 2 years of eligibility left, but Luck had already done enough to be a top draft pick in the 2011 NFL Draft if he wanted. However, he did the unthinkable by deciding to put the NFL and millions of dollars on hold to complete his degree.
Wow.
Ahead of his redshirt junior campaign, Luck was projected to be the #1 pick in the next draft. So, in other words, he had a target on his back. Despite getting everybody's best shot, Luck was still named Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year and finished as the runner-up for the Heisman again, becoming just the 4th player ever to
Oh, shit. RG3, Tyrann Mathieu. I don't know who these guys are.
second twice. He set a school record for
Tyrann Mathieu even being considered is crazy as fuck, but we're not going to talk about that.
total offense with 10,387 yards and broke another of John Elway's records with 82 career touchdown passes.
Damn!
What completely turned the Stanford program around as he became its all-time leader in total wins and win percentage. And with his degree now in hand, there was officially nothing left for Luck to accomplish, so he declared for the 2012 draft. Heading into the draft,
Wow.
Luck was universally viewed as the unquestioned top prospect. He had the ideal size at 6'4", 234 pounds to go with superb athletic traits that allowed him to run a 4.67 40-yard dash and have a 36-inch vertical. Combine those measurables with poise,
Okay, so it was
leadership
him,
skills,
RG3.
and his winning nature, and you get someone
You know,
who
I went
seems
to the
like
same high school RG3 went to. Ain't that crazy?
they were made in a
They got a
test
road
tube.
named after
Scouts
him.
and experts even went as far as labeling him the best quarterback prospect they had ever seen, on the same level as Peyton Manning or John Elway.
Been doing this since 1979. He's the highest rated quarterback since John Elway in 1983.
Fans wanted him so badly
Wow.
that during the prior NFL season, they rooted for their team to lose and wanted them to suck for Luck. He was such an elite prospect that after a 2-14 season, the Colts decided to move on from their franchise icon, Peyton Manning, who missed the previous season due to a neck injury.
And I never viewed it as replacing Peyton. I just viewed it as an opportunity to play quarterback in the NFL. You know, it just so happens, one of the greats of all time was here for me.
And drafted
Wow.
Andrew Luck with the first overall pick.
Wait, why'd they move on from him?
12 NFL draft.
He got hurt?
The Indianapolis Colts select Andrew Luck.
And from the moment they drafted him, the Colts saw Luck as their new starting quarterback and the
Ugh.
face of the franchise. No rookie in recent memory faced higher expectations to shine from day one than he did. And this
Wow.
played into people jumping on Luck after the Colts started the season 2-3. And to make matters worse, he had thrown just as many interceptions as touchdowns, with 7 of each. Following an embarrassing Week 5 35-9 loss to the Jets, where Luck only completed half of his passes to go with 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions,
Ooh.
the overrated chatter started to get much louder. With that noise and Indy's season on the verge of falling apart, Luck knew he was rapidly approaching do or die time. So he went out and led his
But
team.
like, at the same time, he was a rookie, bro. You gotta give rookie quarterbacks a little bit more time.
4 straight wins while only throwing 2 interceptions. The game seemed to slow down for him as Luck was finally starting to look like himself again. He had total control of his offense, and no moment was too big for him. No better example encapsulates this than in Week 13 against the Lions, when the Colts trailed by 12 with just over 2.5 minutes left. After Luck threw a touchdown and the Colts got the ball back, he drove them down the field again before
Wow.
facing a 4th down from the Detroit 14-yard line with 4 seconds remaining.
Final seconds. Luck steps. Luck, a little flip. Dive.
Wow.
Touchdown.
With the game on the line and the Colts battling for a playoff spot,
Damn,
Luck
look at
calmly
young Matt Stafford.
stepped up and threw the game-winning touchdown as time expired.
That's tough, I
Not
ain't
only
gonna
was
lie.
it a massive win for Indy, but it also gave Luck his 8th win of the season, which set a record for a rookie quarterback drafted first overall. And it was his
Really?
5th game-winning drive, which tied the rookie quarterback record. Luck started all 16 games that season as he led the Colts to an 11-5 record and a playoff berth.
Hey,
Even
he
though they
could throw
fell to
that
the
bitch,
Ravens
though.
in the wild card round. It was insane that Luck's arrival resulted
Bro,
in
he is
a
throwing that motherfucker.
9-win turnaround from
What the
prior
hell?
round. It was insane that Luck's arrival resulted in a
Hold on. Let me catch my bro. Look at this. He's getting tackled
turnaround
and
from
throws
the prior
a fucking dot. Like, what the hell?
And in the process, he broke the league record for most passing yards by a rookie.
Bro, he had a cannon. Hold on, did he just say he broke records as a rookie?
374 and was named to the Pro Bowl. It was an extremely exciting start to Luck's career, but there was still room for growth as he struggled with turnovers. His 18 interceptions was only one off the league high.
Wow.
Going into the 2013 season, this served as motivation and a point of emphasis for Luck. He had never had a turnover problem before in college and wanted to prove that this was nothing more than a fluke. Luck's season got off to an ideal start as he led the Colts to 3 wins in 4 games.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. He's throwing fucking dots. I know it's his highlights, but
2
shit.
interceptions. This also gave him
Wait, what?
as he led the Colts to 3 wins in 4 games with only 2 interceptions. This also gave him a 14-6 record as a starter, which
Damn.
tied John Elway for best record through 20 games as the #1 pick quarterback.
Bro, he was killing John Elway's stats.
Luck kept the good times rolling, leading the Colts to another 11-5 record.
Like,
and a
look at
playoff
that
berth.
fucking bro.
Not
I
only
got
was
it
it a
too.
successful regular season for the team, but also for Luck personally. He achieved his mission by raising his completion percentage by 6% and cutting his interceptions in half. Luck also set an NFL record for most passing yards in his first 2 seasons with
Wow.
8,196.
What the
Then,
fuck?
in Indy's wild card matchup with the Chiefs, Luck showed that anything was possible with him under center. After the Colts fell behind by 28 points,
No
he
fucking way.
orchestrated
There's no way they came back from 38-10. He's not about to tell me they came back from 38-10.
the second biggest comeback in NFL playoff history and largest to end in regulation, all thanks to his 433 passing yards and 4 touchdowns.
What? Bro. Okay, that's fucking crazy.
Losing in the next round, Luck's iconic performance against the Chiefs cemented his place as one of the next faces of the league.
Andrew Luck the gun again. He will give it to Donald Brown. Donald fights his way. The ball's loose. Luck picks it up. And Luck scores.
Oh my
2014
god.
season provided more of the same from him. As
So,
he led
okay. He had 3 great fucking years.
to its 3rd straight 11-5 record
And
and
they made
playoff
playoffs
appearance.
again?
On his way to making his 3rd consecutive Pro Bowl, Luck managed to elevate his game to another level, throwing for 4,761 yards, which was the 3rd most
Bro, y'all not understanding what the fuck you're seeing right now.
to another level.
Quarterbacks don't do this shit no more. Look at this.
761.
Do you know how hard it is to throw that shit? This is like a fucking 25, 30 yard out route right here.
Which was the 3rd most in the league, and a league high 40 touchdowns. This broke Peyton Manning's franchise record for single-season passing yards and made Luck just the 8th player in NFL history to throw for 40 or more touchdowns in a season. In the postseason, Luck led the Colts all the way to the AFC Championship before falling to the Patriots in the infamous deflate game.
You know, my play was not up to par for where it needs to be to give you a chance to beat a quality team like them. It's a
Deflate
great
game.
atmosphere. It's a fun place
What
to
is that?
play. But they certainly had our number tonight.
At this point in his career, Luck looked superhuman, and the sky was the limit for him. There seemed to be no way he wouldn't go on to win multiple Super Bowls and become a Hall of Famer. But while Luck continued to progress
Oh
with each
man,
season,
because he's gonna. All right, so now we're gonna talk about what happened to him. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Colts fans, I feel bad for y'all now, because right now what I'm seeing out of him, he looks like a fucking dog.
same couldn't be said for those around him, specifically the players who were supposed to be protecting him. In his first 3 seasons, Luck was sacked 130 times and took countless hits. Taking consistent beatings is the last thing any team should want for its developing star quarterback.
There's only so many QBs that you can put your hands on them and he's still looking down the field.
These numbers should have led to sirens going off in the Colts front office. And yet, Indy didn't use a first-round pick on an offensive lineman in any of the 3 drafts following Luck's, and only drafted 1 in the 2nd round. And that 2nd rounder was Jack Mewhort, who was out of the league after his rookie contract. In fact, they
Bro.
traded away their 2014 first-round pick for Trent Richardson, who went on to be
For Trent.
the biggest busts in league history. Not only did the Colts ignore this glaring issue, but they also pretty much whiffed on the majority of their draft picks during this stretch. The writing was on the wall for an incoming disaster, but nobody seemed to notice it. They were too distracted by Luck carrying his team to the playoffs year after year, until the 2015 season changed everything. After a 1-2 start, Luck was forced to miss 2 games for the first time in his career due to an injured right shoulder. He returned in week 6, but Indy's problems were far from solved. Despite Luck coming back, the Colts only won 1 of their next 4 games. And following their week 9 matchup with the Broncos,
bro, okay, this is unrelated.
2 days after the game.
My bad.
Games.
This is unrelated. This score bug right here, this is so peak. Like, this shit used to look so good, bruh. They need to add this shit back.
9 matchup with the Broncos, disaster struck. 2 days after the game, it was announced that Luck had suffered a lacerated kidney and partially torn abdominal muscle. The injuries kept him out for the remainder of the season, and without their savior under center, the Colts failed to make the playoffs.
That Hasselbeck.
They were already aware. This showed Indy just how much Luck meant to their success. So in that offseason, they signed him to a 6-year, $140 million extension with $87 million guaranteed. The deal made Luck the highest paid player in the league. Although it was highly deserved, it created a salary cap issue that would prevent the Colts from finding him much needed help in free agency. While Luck entered the 2016 season motivated to prove he was worth every penny of his new deal, he was a lamb to the slaughter. In 15 games that year, he was sacked 41 times, just 1 off the league high. And this lack of protection even led him to suffer.
Who the fuck was getting sacked more?
41 times, just 1 off the league high. And this lack of protection even led him to suffering the first concussion of his pro career. After the season, Luck underwent surgery to repair an issue with his throwing shoulder that had been bothering him since 2015. This forced him to be held out of training camp and the preseason. The issue got even more worrisome once it was announced that he would also have to miss some regular season action.
Wow.
Well, some turned into all, and Luck in 2017 didn't take a single snap. During the season, he even went to Europe to try to fix his shoulder that just wouldn't seem to properly heal. But Luck's shoulder ultimately did get better, and he was ready for the 2018 season opener. Not having played a game in 616 days, nobody knew exactly what to expect of him that year. Surrounded by uncertainty and even doubt, Luck led the Colts to a 10-6 record and their first playoff berth in 4 years. He finished 5th in the league in passing yards with 4,593 and 2nd in passing touchdowns with 39.
Colts fans, I know you're gonna hate this, bro, but look at Patrick Mahomes. What was he like? Year 2, year 3? This is fucking insane. Listen, I gotta respect greatness, bro. 5,000 passing yards. This was like his 3rd, 2nd, 1st year in the league, dog. Come on, man.
With
and then he's leading it in passing touchdowns. Come on.
And 2nd in passing touchdowns with 30.
By 11. But Andrew Luck number 2 though. Russell Wilson, Broncos. That's when he was on the Steelers back then, right? I mean the Seahawks, right? He was not on the Broncos back. All right, let me shut the fuck up.
On his way to making his 4th Pro Bowl and winning Comeback Player of the Year.
Wow, he won it?
This is a treat. I'm used to coming in 2nd at most award ceremonies, so.
Oh yeah, he did.
To receive something is nice.
Andrew Luck was officially back, or so it seemed.
There were a couple times I was. I don't know if I want to play football again. I don't know if I can play football again.
The following season, during Indy's 3rd preseason game, in a scene that looked like it was from a movie, news leaked that Luck would be retiring. The sports world was.
So he came back after 2 years, went to the playoffs, won Comeback Player of the Year, and then retired? What?
Looked like it was from a movie. News leaked that Luck would be retiring. The sports world was completely shocked, especially Colts fans, who booed him as he left the field. Luck was only 29 years old and was coming off a season in which he looked like his dominant former self. But at his official press conference, he talked about how all the injuries and rehab processes had sucked the fun out of the game.
He did not cry in the presser, bruh. No.
Luck wanted to move on with his life and felt he would be happier without football in it.
I've been in this cycle of injury, pain, rehab, and I've felt stuck in it. It's taken my joy of this game away.
While the sports world was left stunned with Luck's decision, one thing was for certain. The Colts let him down. From the offensive line, allowing him to be sacked 174 times in 86 games, to 23 of his 33 career losses coming when the Indy defense allowed 29 or more points, Luck never had.
What the fuck? Bro, Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Colts fans, I don't know how y'all do it. I know y'all happy right now, but bro.
Help he deserved. And to this day, the Colts still haven't recovered from the whole Luck lap.
Well, shout out to Indiana Danny Dimes. My dog used to be Vanilla Vic in New York, bro. Now he's fucking balling. But we got Jackson Dart, so we good.
They've had 6 different starting quarterbacks in the 4 seasons since his retirement, and just drafted Anthony Richardson in hopes that he can finally be the...
Fuck, bro. What are they gonna do about Anthony Richardson? I know some of y'all want him to kick rock. Some of y'all want him on the squad, bro. Like, fuck, man. I wish he never subbed himself out of that game.
answer at quarterback. Andrew Luck will forever be one of the biggest what-if stories in NFL history.
Wow. Hey, man. That is the story of Andrew Luck. That shit was really like a movie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, shout out to Blitz, man. They made a great video right here. Hey, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. If there's somebody else I should do my research on, let me know. I'm probably gonna do Peyton Manning, bro. I know all about Eli Manning. You know, that's my GOAT. But I don't know nothing about Peyton. I don't know nothing about a lot of players. So let me know in the comments what you think about Andrew Luck. If you think O-line sold him, front office sold him, defense sold him, or was it all the above? And hit that subscribe button if you're new here, man. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. Y'all be easy. I'm reacting to all y'all's games this year too, so you can see that too. Shit.